Well, I think we're good to go, people. Wow, the game booted very fast, but we'll see how it goes because the Wii U version didn't used to load so fast. We'll see anyway. Welcome back, people. I'm back after a few days without streaming. This is gonna be a nostalgia replay, I guess I should call that, of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition for the Switch. I already played this for the Wii U, obviously, but never streamed it actually until now. I figure this new version is the perfect time for me to stream the last Xenoblade game to date that I have not streamed yet. Let's see. Controller rumble, remember cursor, no. It's the language, things like subtitles and the like that I would like to have a look at. Subtitles on, online sound, voice language, okay. This setting can only be changed from the in-game settings, okay. Oh, hey there, Monica. I'm okay. Feeling a bit down at times, but other than that, good. Hope you're doing okay. How have you been these past few days? Yeah, I'd like to choose the Japanese voices if possible at all. I was starting to worry. I wanted to watch your stream the last few days, but you weren't going live. I did warn on the last stream that I was away for a few days to visit my parents. It was that time of the month. But yeah, nothing to worry about though. And I'm sorry, I saw you sent something on Discord yesterday, but for some reason I don't get the notifications on my phone for Discord. Something I probably should look into because it's kind of annoying. I get notifications from people in servers posting like at everyone, but DMs I don't get notifications and I don't know why. Yeah, you didn't watch the last stream, yeah. Fair enough. Well, I guess I'll figure things out as we go. But you okay, Monica? How have you been doing? Yeah, the voices will be in English at the start, I guess. Yeah, it's strange, I don't know why. It's not just you, it's all of my DMs on Discord. I don't get notifications on my phone for them. Probably something I did wrong. Yeah, when there is a bit more sound, please do tell me if it's too loud or too quiet. I literally just came home, so didn't really get a chance to properly set the volume right, etc. Bit tired? The usual kind of tired? Oof, that's rough. The way the definitive edition is like skewed to the side like that and not properly centered, that doesn't sit well with me. Well, I've been a bit of the same, so I feel ya, Monica. It feels like it's been so long since I played this. I can barely remember any of this.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in
I hate when that happens, Monica. Going to the store for nothing.
Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed. Its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet.
Not fully wasted. It feels like it. But you didn't get the one thing you were craving. So I totally get it.
We leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage. We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet.
And lo and behold, it's habitable.
Into pieces as we plummeted toward the surface.
I think I'm strangely entering something of a Pokemon craze.
Since then, 2 months have passed.
Well, you finished Brilliant Diamond, you went back to play Arceus, as I recall. And you're very much hyped for ZA whenever that releases. Did you see there's a new Nintendo Direct that goes live March 27th? I think for the current Switch. And April 2nd will be the big unveil of Nintendo Switch games, plans going forward, release date, price, and all that for the new system. But like, they will have still a Switch Direct on March 27th that will focus completely on the current system and not the new one. Nothing for the new one. I am male indeed, yeah. Well, I kinda like the beard on this one, but I can change the base afterwards, I guess. I am constantly just wanting to play only Pokemon games. Just bought a resold Pokemon Sword game. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's news to me. I didn't know. Which one did I get? I think it was Sword that I had as well. But I lost my save files to all my Pokemon games, sadly, so... Pisses me off, too. Awaiting the ZA game, yeah. I don't know which base to start with. I guess I can still, change things afterwards. But my height is very average, so... yeah. Moles? I have no moles. Cheeks? But no, leave them normal, I guess. I'm not freckled, but sometimes I wish I was. Skin color? I am very pale. Very Caucasian. Voices are a bit low, but otherwise the sound is good. I'll look into it, see if I can't just raise the level of the voices only. That looks nothing like the color of my skin the way it is displayed there, but fair enough. It looks a lot darker on the selection menu than it does on the actual character. Okay, style. I don't have that much hair. How do I get rid of that hair? You got a funny little video today from Arceus? Aye, really? Can't I choose a different hairstyle? Not those. Oh, I don't like this one. Nah, no. I'd like not to focus all of today's stream on just creating my avatar, but... go with this one, I guess. Roots and tips and colors. Hold on. Roots color, a bit grayish. Although I literally just dyed mine. Once I get home, I'll see about downloading it to my phone so I can send it. Okay. Thank you. You had another video you wanted to download too? Wait till you're on Wi-Fi, huh? I don't know. I don't have red hair, do I? Yeah, mine is brown, dark brownish, I guess. Yeah, and graying a little bit, I suppose. But this is a bit freaky. I like these. Color 1. I want to look natural. Oh, it's fine like that. I like it. I don't have my Switch on me right now. Yeah, okay. Makeup? I don't know. It's a bit too much. Let's not go there, I guess. Tribal tattoos. Yeah, I wouldn't mind my character having some flowers. I kind of like this one. Eyeshadow. Ah, okay, I see what they mean. No, okay. Never mind.
Oh, they staggered. They staggered. Huh? Hey there. Huh? Ready and willing. All right, it's on.
But I kind of wish I could already change my voice to Japanese so I can pick from the Japanese voice actors, but... Yuri Lowenthal is a very well-known video game voice actor, though.
Huh? I'll do what I can to help.
Oh, no, oh, I hate that voice.
I'll do what I can to help.
Ah, he sounds like Steve Burnside from Code Veronica X, Resident Evil Code Veronica X, and that was atrocious. Kawaii!
No. No. Yo.
Yo!
Rock and roll.
Ah, okay. Rock and roll. Yeah, I like that.
Hey! What? Ready?
Studious. Joker.
Let's do this thing. Hey there.
Well, I know that's gonna get old real quick.
Right. Let's do. Sorry, but it was you or us.
That one sounded like it had a little bit of a British accent.
Huh? Right. Let's do this. Sorry, but it was you or us.
Or maybe not British, but... I don't know. Not American, anyway. I don't know, the rebel one. I like it. Alright then. I'll barely be looking at my character anyway. Individual recognition at the station. MIM stasis unit operating system.
Attention, external access confirmed.
I kind of want Japanese voices. I don't know.
10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Or maybe for the comfort of not having to read, I'll leave it in English. I don't know. I can always replay it later in Japanese, I suppose. Yeah, I'll leave it in English. On the Wii U, there was no choice, and I resented that very much at the time. But now that I'm streaming games, it's kind of a comfort not having to read. It's all the idiots who are out driving right now.
Looks like you're all in one piece.
You know, the kind who plays extremely loud music, drives too fast, and makes burn marks on the road? But as I understand it, you have a problem in your street in particular, don't you? I seem to recall you mentioning that. Like there's a club on your street, and especially on weekends, you will have people driving super fast, drunk driving,
Nice and slow,
loud
okay?
music and the like.
Your senses will need time to reactivate.
You talked about it a long time ago, so I might not be up to date on that.
Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours?
Beautiful blue eyes. Hmm.
You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover.
Clubhouse down our road. Yes, it's gotten better. This is just the general
try and
roads.
focus, all right?
Okay. Name entry. Oh, I'll drop the C3 because if I have to read my name out loud and it's got the C3 in it, it just sounds silly.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
The lip syncing seems to be tied to Japanese though. It's completely off in English. Show your body is working fine. Nod or shake your head. Show you're still disoriented. I think this is basically to let the game know that you need assistance in guiding you around and the like. But
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis.
I shouldn't
out of
need
your
it.
system. One step at a time, all right? First things first. You'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going.
Follow the exclamation mark. If you're ever stumped about where to go next, be sure to check any nearby places marked with an exclamation mark. Doing so should reveal the way forward, though an occasional excursion off the beaten path never hurts. You know what they say about all work and no play, after all. Region discovered. Primordia. Landmark discovered. Starfall Basin. What is that thing?
most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you?
It's the spaceship.
You know, the L002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed.
No more Earth. Kaboom!
Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget.
Oh no, enemies!
I know. It's been following me for a while now. I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
Oh yeah, I should look into maybe raising the volume for the voices. Find a better balance. Initiate combat by targeting an enemy, then drawing your weapon. Now what do you say we give it a whirl, hmm? I'll be here to back you up, so feel free to experiment. You target with the R button and draw weapon A while targeting, okay? Auto-attacking. After you've drawn your weapon with A, you'll automatically attack your opponent with a certain frequency, but only as long as you keep the enemy within your weapon's attack range. Art are special abilities your weapons give you access to. Select them with the D-pad, yeah? Then press A to use one. You can set a maximum of 8 to your art's palette. After you use an art, it will be put on cooldown, taking time until you can use it again. Different arts have cooldowns of different length. No, I can't. Maybe I can't do that sort of thing at the moment.
Let's see what you've got. Shadow Strike! Sliding Slinger!
Flame grenade! Now, combo him with some gunfire. Assault hammer!
Okay, you switch between the melee attacks and the gun with the X button. Yeah, it's just the first enemy, it's gonna be easy.
You're not half bad. There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know.
Show interest in finding work. Nah, I don't want to work. I'm tired. I just want to lay back, you know.
Then
Listen to music, smoke some pot, enjoy the sights.
But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
You got some reggae music. Dropped by Origin Bletta. Advanced Iron Blades. Okay, take all. Soul Voice prompts are instructions, suggestions or requests that your party members call out in the heat of battle. Successfully responding to them triggers various useful boons. When an ally issues a Soul Voice prompt, arts on your palette which match the prompt's color will be highlighted. If you use an art that's highlighted, you will succeed in the prompt. You and the prompt's user will regain some HP and receive a beneficial effect, and your affinity with that ally will improve. Okay. System settings. Anything about audio? Sound. Ah, there we go. I saw it. So I backed out of it. Adjust the volume of system-related sound effects. Nah, never mind. Game voice volume. Yeah, it should be maxed out. Yeah, quiet the rest, I guess. And then maybe make everything overall be a bit louder so that it brings the volume of everything back to where it was, except the voices will be louder. Is it this one? No, that's my microphone. Microphone? Yeah, okay, no, that's loud enough. Yeah, I should not have touched it, actually. Okay. Let's see now. Alright, you can let me know then, if it's still not okay. Next time there's a scene or something. Okay. I don't know what I did, but now the chat is larger. That's better. You can read better. Life pod. Field action succeeded. How do you jump? Can't you jump? This will become available after advancing the game's main story. What, jumping? A basic action?
I'm gonna mess you up!
You ready for anything? Shadow strike! Sliding slinger!
Damn it. Can't move.
I was paralyzed?
Assault hammer! Flame grenade!
Hey!
Really?
Oh, I'm dead?
Give him hell.
Respawn now, I said. Hey, where is it gonna put me back? Oh, okay. Ah, okay. I died already. Ah, no, this is how you jump. Okay. My mistake. It's kind of counterintuitive, the ZR button being for jumping. That may have been like that in the original, I just can't recall. Oh. Lacy potato. Ah, this is for swimming faster. Okay. Starlight apple. Shadow
Here they
rise.
come! Flame
Shadow
grenade!
strike!
Assault hammer! Topple them! Fire
Target in
away!
sight!
Die.
Easy peasy.
Nice
Rank
work.
up. And I acquired a new art. Black Bletta wing. Well, it's nighttime. Can't you skip forward already? No, I can't, huh? Okay, how's the volume of the voices going to be?
The rain's starting to let up. Just in time for sunrise.
It should be loud enough now, I think.
Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
Yep, you got all of that to explore now. All of that and more.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
You can slaughter them too. The choice is yours.
We call this planet Mira. You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home.
Yep.
Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking.
Well, let's go safe at first.
That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
Something tells me Monica got home and is playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. Certain enemies you find on Mira will attack you as soon as they detect you. You can tell an enemy's detection type by the icon next to their name. Enemies with a level much lower than yours will not attack unprovoked. Non-aggressive, no icon, will not attack unless you attack it. Visual will react when you enter its field of vision. Auditory will react when you wander too close to it. If we want to reach the habitat before sundown, we'll need to pick up the pace and start sprinting. Sprinting is good for times when you need to get somewhere in a hurry, or when you need to break out of an especially hairy situation. Yeah, let's not jump. Not yet. Shadow Rise BC.
Sir!
Hi there. Female Blade, if you fall off the cliff, don't panic. Just head east until you reach the habitat and try not to engage any powerful enemies on the way. That's what she said. This is to rest. I had to change the time, yeah. Believe you unlocked the ability to do it from anywhere at some point. 1 kilometer to go. You just got home, put away the groceries, now you're gonna sit down and play some Arceus, yeah. Yeah, busted. Sorry about that.
No rest for the wicked. Send them packing.
Shadow
Take it in
strike.
close.
Now it's my turn.
Assault hammer.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and
Flame
strike.
grenade.
Sliding slinger.
Room armor. Dinner is served.
He got him. Let's move.
Dinner is served. You're gonna eat this?
Didn't have to be like this.
Oh, okay. I was detected.
I'm doing good.
Now it's
Your
my
turn to
turn.
land a hit.
Slide. Move in and do some damage.
You showed up as... You showed up in the corner of my screen like you were playing it, though.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Yeah, maybe that woke up the system and connected you online and it showed the game was still running because you left it in sleep mode, maybe.
Heal me
I
up.
should heal up first.
Flame grenade.
Muscle neutralized. Switch to close range combat.
Don't push me.
That's what I assume, anyway.
Scream edge. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Room armor.
Shadow strike. Now, melee attack.
Block this. Toppled him.
Slide.
Fire away.
Slinger.
Flame grenade. Easy peasy.
Nice work.
Advanced Storm Avagar. That's a gun. Okay, take all. You get busted so easily. If this is something you feel violates your privacy, this is something you can turn off. I think. Which way should I... I'm not sure I went the right way. Or did I? Oh, I guess I did, okay. It's kind of funny. Ah, okay. Because I didn't want to offend. Seems to me like my character is a bit more glossy than it should be. I mean, that makes it more readable for sure, yeah, but... not sure I like the look. Westgate Plain. I sort of remember the music. Though it's been a while.
Looks a lot bigger up close,
I
doesn't
think
it?
I played like 200 hours of this back on the Wii U.
This was just the habitat unit.
There wasn't much to be
White
played
whale
on
was
Wii
one
U,
hell
to
of
be
a ship.
honest.
Until it all came
That
crashing
helped.
down, at least. That's the West Gate.
Mm-hmm.
It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside.
Uh-oh. Boss time?
Rexes. And they're riled.
Yeah, but friends will come to help or something.
Can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down.
But
You
they're
ready?
they're higher level than us. How are we gonna do this? Should have saved. Melee and ranged weapons. The weapons you use on foot are split between melee and ranged weapons. You can switch between them with X. Melee weapons can only attack at close range, tend to do more damage per hit. Ranged weapons can attack at range, tend to hit multiple times, but damage per hit tends to be lower. When you use an art, you'll automatically switch over to the weapon that the art is associated with. Your melee weapon for melee weapon arts, and your ranged weapon for ranged weapon arts. Yeah, makes sense. Arts which are associated with the weapon you're currently wielding, melee or ranged, will continue their cooldown even after they're ready to use. This is called secondary cooldown. Ah, okay, fair enough. Arts used at full secondary cooldown will have a greatly increased effect. You know what? I don't remember that at all. From the original.
Doing good. Your turn to land.
Now it's my turn!
Well, I'll wait for the secondary cooldown then.
Ah! Chrome armor.
Trying to extend my life a little bit.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm dead.
Hit him hard for me.
Wait, what? My ally will not try to respawn me?
Shadow strike! Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike!
Okay, I chose. Oh yeah, it seems like it won't matter.
Touch me up!
I can't patch you up, I'm already down, can't you see?
Upper hand!
It's a shame.
Bring me down. I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, me neither, sister. Yeah, you could be grinding for ages in this game, though.
No rest for the wicked. Open fire.
Shadow
Follow me.
strike!
Okay, boost my defense right from the get-go.
Assault hammer.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike!
Flame grenade.
Hostile neutralized. Switch to close
Oh, there's
range
one down.
combat.
Oh, I learned a new art. Okay.
Early bird.
Flint edge. Look at that. Follow up with melee attacks.
Slide! Slinger! Shadow
Chrome
strike!
armor.
That put it
Here's your defense.
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Come on, attack! Not the other one, you have one closer to you. Where is it? Huh.
Flint edge.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Block this. Topple them. Fire away.
Yay, got them. Oh, I thought reinforcements would have come from the base, actually.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line.
I walked
All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
Worn survival shirt. Maybe I should look at my equipment. Can I do that? Ground gear. TP gain something something. Oh I've got other weapons. Okay, the iron knife seems to be better. Guns. I did get another gun earlier. Yeah. Send you the videos. You can look at it later on. Thank you, Monica. Lovely. I most certainly will. Prototype scouter. Prototype shirt. Survival shirt. Or body wear. Go for this one. Prototype pants. Prototype pants. I think that's funny. Yeah, and then you don't necessarily have to show on your character the things you're wearing. You can wear fashion stuff. Yeah, I got a... For pre-ordering the game, I got some DLC stuff, apparently. Extra costumes. Something like that. Survival or prototype? Yeah, give me the survival one. So nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that in games. Because usually the things that are the best for surviving your environment are not necessarily the best looking things. So if you care about looking good, at least you have the option. Okay, let's get inside. Well, the door seems to be closed. Any other survivors here? Well, I see that the problems from the Wii U version are still kind of there. Things popping in when you get close. Still seems to be an issue, huh? Or where do you have to go? Ah, maybe you enter the city from there. No? Yeah, because I had the menu open, I guess. Couldn't see where I was going. Ah, okay. Oh, hi, Pierce.
Thanks.
Oh, hello. You must be the new friend that Colonel Elma mentioned in a report. Having just woken up after all that time, I'm sure you're dying to get home and take a shower. Unfortunately, the west gate is closed at the moment. If you want to enter the city, you'll need to use the elevator at the top of the stairs. They'll probably open the gate soon, thanks to the great work you guys did killing the monsters that were causing all that trouble. But until then, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. Please understand. Yeah... Anytime they use the words "please understand" in a Nintendo game, especially at the time, I think they were referring to Satoru Iwata. He would often say that in Nintendo Directs because there would be many delays with the games being developed for the Wii U because they were having so many issues with the system. So it was always like, please understand with his Japanese accent. Poor guy has passed away now. Please understand. The Nintendo Directs of that time were something else. A lot of effort went into making them. They were much more of an event, but I guess they had to do that to make them interesting because they didn't have many game announcements. So they hyped it up a lot more. These days, Switch is getting so many games that there's really no need for hyping it up, I guess. The new system is probably gonna get hyped up to hell, though. I'm happily surprised by how fast the game loads. It would load so slow on the Wii U. What's the name of the city again? Neo LA? Neo Los Angeles or something like that?
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown.
Can you still walk through cars? I wonder.
Our native home was gone.
Did they leave that
swallowed
as
in a
is?
shroud of light.
Or did they improve
And our
that?
future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
Game's still dropping frames, I see. It was too ambitious for the Wii U and it's still a bit too ambitious for the Switch, I'm afraid. Apparently it's one of those games that will look and run better on the new system, though. Data miners have already found a hidden 4K mode, apparently, hidden in the code of the game. Save your progress. Yeah.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
My living quarters, huh? They did improve a little bit the character models.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles.
I can tell just from looking at Elma. She doesn't look quite the same.
Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability
How do you know?
and indeed flourish.
Maybe they're
here
deadbeats.
in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director
As
General?
part of my
Since
initiative
when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days
all
ago,
my
ma'am.
brothers and sisters, I stand here truly humbled and
From
grateful.
political aid to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
Irina? Gwyn?
Ah, yeah, Irina.
Nice work out there, ma'am.
their character models don't seem to have been updated all that much. They still look very much the way I remember. Show interest.
Right.
It's a nice thing to do.
Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
It's a lie.
Come on, seriously? Shosan was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
I think I picked the
three of us were in the Coalition forces together.
guild
Special
of
Operations
explorers,
Heavy Armor
I
Training
think.
Unit, AKA the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel.
The charter
Irina,
of the planet
Gwyn was a
I
more
chose
recent
last time.
recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
In combat.
The award for best ass kiss
A
goes
true
to...
warrior.
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
Oh yeah, that music. Dun, dun.
Hey!
This package was meant to go to Blade Tower. It's only the biggest building in town, so I don't know how you can mess that up.
Wow, let's see.
I heard gunshots and some sort of dying wail from the other side of the West Gate. I guess one of the teams must have been fighting with an Intigen. I really hope they finally took out the aggressive Intigens that have been causing problems just outside the city. Because in that case, we should be able to reopen the West Gate soon. Ah. Won't get to hear much of the music, I guess, because night is falling. Music changes at night. Damn, Elma, how can you walk around the wild with those high heels? Seems so impractical. Friend or foe? Okay. Ah, yes, the underage chick that they had to censor in the West. Because the Japanese gave her skimpy swimsuits and the like. And she's like 14 or something.
Damn it!
Oh yeah, when creating your female character, there was a boob size slider, I think, in the Japanese version that they removed in the West or something. Yeah, to be honest, that's not necessary. I think I recall this guy being playable.
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed.
Huh?
Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug.
They changed her face too.
Oh, hey,
Looks a bit
Elma.
nicer
How'd
now.
it go out there? And would this be...
She had
one
chubbier
of the
cheeks before.
you-know-whos?
And she looked
Cool.
like the plastic
I'm
doll
Lynn
too.
Lee Koo,
Kind of.
mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
Look skeptical. Look worried. Find out how old Lynn is. Skeptical, I guess.
She's 13.
Ah, 13!
I know, she looks
Not
young,
14.
and she is young, but
13.
trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Boom, boom, boom. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Changing party members. You can change your active party composition from main menu, active members. There you can select allies from the reserve and add them to your active party or swap them around. This is something that I think you could not do in the original. I think you had to find them in town and go talk to them in person to add them to your party. That's a great quality of life improvement. Please note that there are times when you will not be able to change members. Yeah, that makes sense. But I think the reserve members menu like that was not in the original. Cool. You must add Lynn to your active party. Okay, fine. Set as controlled character. Not necessarily, no. Transport pilot. Hi there. I bet you they will already show images of the next one on the new Switch in the April Direct. I wouldn't be surprised. It's usually the sort of game that gets announced super early and then it goes on to be in development for like 3 years. And by the end of it, it looks nothing like the first announcement. Not worse, just different.
You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Excuse me.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
Yay!
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley, as well as the barracks where we live.
Uh-huh.
The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs.
Yeah, the Skells are the big robots. You get to have your own, multiple ones even, later on in the game.
This concludes our tour. We will be landing
Multiple
shortly.
models.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Administrative district.
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
I don't, never mind. That's too... Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. Send a kind of drone up in the air and look around. That's something that would happen on the gamepad on the Wii U, on the controller itself.
Sir!
Ask Stella about Chausson. Inquire.
Here's what I know.
Okay. We officers are aware that not all of New LA's citizens are on board with Director General Chausson's policies. But the more we allow our ideals to enslave us, the grimmer our situation will become. Hopefully some breakthrough opportunity will present itself eventually, and you've got the look of someone who just might be able to accomplish that. If you're ever ready to be that opportunity, let me know and I'll assign you something important. Yeah. There is still an affinity chart in this game, I guess. It's something they carried over from the very first game, since this was technically the second game released in the franchise. A large container. You must learn the mechanical field skill to recover this treasure. Damn. How do I get there? Armory Alley. Lots of shops. Neon lights. I like it. Suriella.
Yes?
He's cute. Ah, yes, that's how you get the camera closer to your character. I recall now. Oh, have you come to see the town helper? I'm sorry, what? You don't know what a town helper is? It's me, silly. I'm a mediator, but I started dabbling on the side. I teach weapon skills, offer equipment tips, deliver lost items, give life advice. Folks just started calling me the town helper. I kind of like it, to be honest. Oh yeah, that's how you change how close the camera is to your character.
Great.
Blade Barracks. That's my home.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
Mm-hmm. Show interest.
I think I can answer that one.
Oh no, not him. Big boss.
So, you must be the latest rescue.
Yes, sir.
Secretary Nagi.
Nagi.
Nisku. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Ooh, nice. I could go for some.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? He seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until he knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. He seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
He could barely remember his name, and nothing at all about what happened.
There's a big
on Earth with
plot
the White
twist
Whale.
there, but I won't say anything now,
see.
because that would be a big
No,
spoiler.
come to think of it, the entire lot of us
Big,
have only
big,
been
big
on this
spoiler.
planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Ask how we ended up on Mira. Ask more information about Blade. Ask about registration.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The
Started at the end.
of Earth.
Ah.
The casualty of a battle between two
Usually it doesn't
hyper-advanced
start at
alien
the end.
civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
Boom!
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us.
I don't know if...
Perfectly? No.
I don't know if this is a big spoiler at this point or not, but she's not human. She was one of the two alien races that fought near Earth and caused the end of
Once we learned
Earth.
the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms.
And I guess she helped mankind to develop their own, like,
otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Advanced machines that they have now.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
Ask how we ended on Mira. Well, I already asked that. Clarify about Blade.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think.
It doesn't roll off the tongue exactly, does it?
Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police.
And that's how so many survivors are still in their pods, scattered across the surface of the planet.
The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this.
Are they gonna explain what the Lifehold is?
The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem.
We don't know where the Lifehold
the Lifehold
is.
broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
They don't reveal the whole truth at this point, and I won't say any more.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Chapter 1. Take a guided tour of the Blade Administrative District with Lynn and Elma and learn more about life as a member of Blade. Track this mission in your navigation panel. Yes, please. Very much so. Press the right stick to display the navigation panel in the bottom right of the screen. This will show the objectives of your currently tracked mission, etc. Track missions from the main menu, submenu missions. You can press the D-pad to toggle the navigation panel's category. Categories are unlocked as you advance the main story. Yeah, compared to the Wii U, it loads like 4 or 5 times faster, I would say. It would take ages otherwise.
It's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah, Nagi must really, really want him to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that skill. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
Ask what a skell is. Geek out. Gaze longingly at the skell. I know what a skell is, I don't need an explanation.
Now this guy gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here, 1 sec.
Lynn?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Let us geek out, Elma.
Originally,
you're a
Skells were developed as
buzzkill.
a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh.
Yeah,
For one
you have to
thing,
play
only
through
Blades
like
are allowed
3 or
to
4
pilot Skells.
chapters of the game, I think,
even
until
then,
you can get
you
your
need a
own.
license.
Yeah, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous
She
one.
says that, but you can have so many different ones.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just
The
walk in the
one
front door and
chooses the
volunteer.
wizard.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the mission control board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Landmark discovered. There's a small container. Can I open this one? Yes. I like about these games that you can get experience just from exploring your environment and not only from fighting.
So this
There are
is
many
mission
different
control.
actions, fulfilling quests as well.
We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey,
Yeah, basically people in your friend list who are also playing the game, you can enlist their avatar to join you in your missions. So it's not exactly online play, but it's a little bit like having them along, except they don't have to be playing.
Yes? Ta-da! The Blade Scout console.
Mm-hmm.
When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an
Possible that you
occasion.
can recruit randoms as well?
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you're ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Guns! That's what she's talking about.
Hey.
Ask Towler about this building. Inquire. This is where the arms manufacturers are based. This building is for all the companies that are involved in the research, development, and sale of weapons and armor for Blade. As I recall, you have to invest in them so that newer weapons will become available down the line. You're not a Blade yourself, are you? Forgive me, I assumed that you were officially registered by the way you were armed.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal
But
armor
it doesn't
and
hurt
weapons,
if it
what
can
we call
impress your
ground
friends at
gear,
the same time.
but for Skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
You can get the camera to be so close to your character like that that it's basically first-person view. Hi, Lynn. Where is it that I have to go? Hi, Regina. Ask Regina about our shop. Inquire.
Well,
We sell strange and unusual stuff my husband picks up out on the job. He's a pathfinder, so he's always finding crazy space junk and whatnot. I don't have anything to show you right now, unfortunately, but check back later. You should be back in a little while with a new haul. That'll blow your battle socks clean off.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chossan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Right,
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Story mission complete. You received a guided tour of the administrative district and learned more about life as a blade. You've just woken up, so you must be feeling pretty hazy. If you're confused about anything, you can check the tips. I bet you'll find some info there that'll be relevant to your situation. Treat them as your basic textbook for surviving on Mira. Save your progress. Yes, please. Back to the barracks now. Oh, it's raining.
hey,
Yeah, you can pan the camera all the way back or bring it in closer like this. That candy on the table right in front of me is looking too appealing right now.
Honey, we're home.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long.
It's always
I just
tea
wanted
with
to
her.
pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment.
What in the hell are we waiting for?
As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone.
But you're doing it anyway.
Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Look into Nagi's eyes and nod firmly. Shrug your shoulders and shake your head. You can refuse. Actually, I'm curious to see what happens if you refuse. I mean, that makes it more interesting, doesn't it?
Ms. Koo, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the white whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade, rescued our friend here from. Emphasis on the word rescued. Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis. Forever.
Actually, no.
So did you have an engineering
But
question
that would be a
about
spoiler.
life pods?
Shh.
Or is this all part of the guilt trip?
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Now,
It's
what
a
are
lot
these
funnier
things?
if you say no. Let's keep refusing. He may just repeat the same thing, though.
Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend?
I think he's just gonna keep repeating the same thing.
You wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
I want to know how far I can take this.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse.
He's just
That's
gonna
a
keep
yes,
repeating it
right?
now. Alright.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization.
Didn't leave me
Elma,
much of a
you can
choice.
start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments, and together they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install.
This is only the starting area of the game, though.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if
This is
we need to
something
track
you
down
would have on the
Blade and
gamepad
other
on the Wii U, so here I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the east gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Install the data probe at the Frontier Nav site and complete your training. Experience 50, reward money 10,000, mining probe G1, mining probe G1, research probe G1, yeah. Yeah, the mining probes, well, they mine stuff out of the ground in that area, etc., etc. I forgot all about how that works, to be honest. I remember you can enhance how well they work by connecting them through adjacent spots on the map and that sort of thing. But it's been a while. Gosh, those green candy are really good. I think it's apple. Apple flavored.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
I think it's Sour
Hold
Apple.
on. Are we even sure the east gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigen activity.
It is like it anyway.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Suggest it was you and Elma. Boast or speculate. Suggest it was Irina and Gwyn. How about we boast?
Seriously? That was you? Cool.
I don't think so. Those Grexes we took down were fairly routine. Definitely not something they'd lock both gates over, at least.
Then I take my cool back. But wait a sec. You guys fought Grexes? The two of you? Hey, that's still pretty cool. They've been hassling a lot of teams lately, especially how they hunt in packs and all.
They made her very cute.
Let's not get too excited.
But she's 13.
Confidence can be good.
No touching.
Overconfidence can be fatal, especially when you're new.
Yeah, you're right.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the east gate, shall we?
No 13-year-old would be this mature, though. In real life. Kids these days. You wonder what's in their heads. Teenagers. This is Eleonora, Blade Support Lead. Here to tell you that the segment feature of your map is now available for use. It's displayed on your handheld comm device, and is a useful tool with lots of info about Mira. Give it a look if you're unsure of where you are or what to do. When they say the handheld comm device, I think they're still referring to the Wii U gamepad, but... It's basically a giant danger exuding from her, yeah, I think is what you meant to say, yeah. When I was saying it earlier, in the Japanese version, they gave her really skimpy outfits that they had to censor for the Western version on the Wii U. That was kind of a mini scandal at the time. Then again, I don't know what it was with the Nintendo in Japan at the time, but they had a lot of really... really sexy policy with their games. I don't know why. That game, Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water, that also had some really skimpy outfits in the Japanese version, but they got censored in the West and got replaced by like Mario outfits for the girls and that sort of thing. Like Mario and Luigi outfits for the chicks. I think they're underage too, actually, come to think of it, in that game. Not 13, but still underage, though.
Oh, they've seen us!
I'm pretty sure in the definitive edition, though, this one, it's gone in all versions. I doubt they would have brought that back.
This can't be good.
Hmm?
What the hell happened here?
Boss?
You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless...
Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That's Senicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Senicula.
Think about it. Your typical Simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Senicula, right? Usually we'd find one Simius standing over 3 or 4 Senicula.
Tyrant enemies, that's this game's version of unique bosses or something like that?
I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Senicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Senicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier
Maybe they
Nav's
didn't
range
know
is
about
still
it.
limited.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they wouldn't have
track it if there's no local probe.
Yeah, they wouldn't have known about it.
When it went off the grid.
Suggest killing the tyrant. Ask what a tyrant is. Well, that seems like a sensible question to ask.
The tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Missing limbs. Suggest the 3 of you can handle it. Unite! Say you can't just leave it so close to New LA. Well, let's propose uniting.
Well, alright. I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's
How
do this.
irresponsible, though.
If we're gonna settle here on this planet,
She's
we're
13.
gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. We can't just keep running forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
All right. Let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Engaging a tyrant is no small task. It's important to equip your best before charging in. So double check all weapons and gear. Oh, and make sure your arts are ready and leveled up, okay? That's the first step to becoming a combat master. Well, we'll save before running in all guns blazing. Battle points. New tip added. Destroying appendages. You can aim your attacks at particular parts of your enemy. Reducing the appendage health gauge to 0 will destroy it. You can change the part you aim at with R plus Y or A. Okay. Additionally, destroying appendages before defeating an enemy may yield additional rewards in the battle spoils. That's especially important later on because you can use appendages to customize your equipment and make it better, I think.
Gotta say, this blade's looking pretty sharp.
Early bird, fire carnival!
Shadow
Appreciate it.
I'm off balance.
Slit gauge!
Slide!
Flame grenade!
Wax!
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Volcamp the Pursuer. Yeah, they are unique enemies than the Tyrants. They all have a unique name. This one, well, I guess it's called Volcamp.
in and do some damage. Shadow Strike!
Fire Carnival!
Flame grenade! Boom armor!
Blast hanging down! Weaken him and lay in!
Upper hand! Slide knife! Move
Appreciate
in
it.
and do some damage.
Block this! Split edge!
Come on. Guy's got no appendages left, I guess.
Shadow Strike!
Can't aim at them anymore.
Slide! Off balance. I should heal up
I had
first.
that healed everyone. Oh, no, never mind.
The top! Heal me up!
Slightly burnt. That should have taken him. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Flame Cloak!
I owe you one.
Wild Down!
Oh. Damn! I ain't got time to die!
Rank up. I took it down.
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Show interest and launch the probe. You spend a good portion of your time just exploring the world in this one. For the sake of the stream, I will focus on progressing the story, and I will try my best to find time
Complete. We are now
to explore the game world off stream.
Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it.
If there's anything interesting out there, though, I'll leave it for the stream.
The ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Warren Survival Bodywear. Take all. Frontier Nav probe sites. Frontier Nav probe sites, or FN sites for short, are optimal locations to plant data probes. Placing one will reveal segment recon for the surrounding segments. Yeah, that's how it is. They're hexagons, as I recall, and it will unveil all 6 surrounding hexagons, I guess. Yeah, like that. You can go to the main menu, map segments, to see which segments contain Frontier Nav probe placement spots. I'm Lao, a Pathfinder. Yeah, he's playable at some point, this guy. If we're gonna grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press A. If you find a good spot, be sure to go ahead and claim it. It's common sense, really. Now, all that's left is to report back to base. But first, I'll let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with a Skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky, so be careful about such things in the future, okay? The rewards are better if you fight them on foot, though, because you take more risks. Segment Recon shows the details of the task that needs to be performed in each segment. Each category is shown with its own icon. Resolving these increases your survey rate. If there is a Segment Recon task still to address at your current location, a yellow hexagonal area will be displayed on your mini-map. This is known as the segment marker. The segment marker indicates the borders of the segment you're currently occupying. You can also go to main menu, map segments, then select segment and press the right stick to manually display the segment marker for that particular segment on the minimap. Manually set segment markers will be displayed as a blue hexagonal area, even when you're outside their borders. Well, congrats me, I think it said that I already surveyed like 0.29% of the planet. Yep, there's work to do. Definitely.
This isn't good.
Ah, let's fight them, I guess.
Send them back. Now, take it in close.
Let me patch myself.
Appreciate it. Wrong armor.
Ooh,
Nice.
I'm dying.
Damage.
Block this.
Yeah, their level is a little higher than mine.
This is wearing. Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
Slit edge.
Wow.
Thanks.
Back on your feet.
Shadow strike. Sliding splendor.
Slit edge.
Now, melee attacks.
Ah, I'm the one that's down now. Ah, they should be able to pick you up. That's unfair. Ah, well. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. 400 meters. Ah, there's the gate. Yeah, it's just the same as Wii U. It doesn't load in the assets fast enough. Oh, oh. Ah, there's Van Damme.
Commander Vandam.
Vandam?
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Nice mustache!
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
What's his tattoo say?
And we know how much I enjoy
I love my
being
mother.
told what to do.
I love your mom.
Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less.
Way
That
out of
was
my league.
reckless. And goddamn magnificent.
Ironheart. Ah, no, never mind. It's not nearly as fun. It would have been very fun if it was I love you, mom, or something like that. Nah, it's Ironheart. Okay, fine. Save your progress. Yes, please.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. You'll all excuse me? Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced.
Goes to show
a
she's
new
not really
recruit yet.
human. She didn't get the
Commander
reference
Vandam is
or the
Blade's top
slang.
officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
He's a silent protagonist.
So you still haven't told
Get
us
used
why
to
you're
it.
here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Ask about divisions. Yeah, last time well, the one time I played it before on Wii U, even though that was a very long one time since I played more than 200 hours of the thing. I chose the division, whichever it is, that charts the land. The explorers,
Pretty much
basically.
everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields.
I might want to try something
Helping to
different this
explore
time.
Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
And I chose the explorers because I love to explore.
Let's start with the Pathfinders.
That's what I chose last time, I think. Pathfinders.
Number one responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important.
And that's why I picked it.
We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
I love the idea
We've
of
already detailed how important
doing
it is
something
to
really
expand
important
the
like
Frontier
that.
Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights.
It's a bit of a
It
nerdy
helps us
job.
keep Blade safe. It helps
Suits
us
my
keep
talents.
the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
There's no recovering the rest of the human race without me.
Next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division.
Well, they fight. They fight the
Interceptors
wildlife.
have one main duty.
No?
Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on
Yeah.
Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads. They escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
I'm not quite sure what difference it makes, because even if you don't belong in a given division, you can still do their job if you like.
Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable.
That makes sense.
Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? Alright, prospectors.
Miners?
Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
I kinda
Next
like
up,
the idea.
Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas. And even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators.
I'm tempted by
These
that.
are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators.
Oh no, don't lose your cat.
It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person.
People.
Someone
I hate
with my
people.
charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants
So
to
what
take a break and
does
settle an
that
argument,
actually do
that's
for
their
you?
prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
What I want to know is how it affects things. Hesitate. But I don't want to re-listen to the same explanation again. What advantage do I have in being one division over the other? That's the one thing that I can't remember. Yeah, I'd love to select my division, but... yeah, I'd like to try that. The Outfitters. I'm gonna ask the internet though. What difference does it make which division I pick at the start of Xenoblade X? The choice you make does not impact your gameplay or provide in-game benefits or buffs while playing online. So in short, divisions don't matter. Okay. Unless they change that for the definitive edition, but... It's purely symbolic, marking the character's role within Blade and their place within the game's world. Yeah, that's all it does. Pretty much. Well, the Outfitters is something that I can see myself in then.
Alright. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Chapter 3, Phantom. Search for Nelson's missing team in southeast Primordia. Track this mission in your navigation panel. Well, I'll be off to sleep. Tomorrow will be a late night stream. Hold on a second, I'll read this. You're officially a Blade now, congrats. Becoming one of us grants you access to a variety of services, including the shop terminal, the AM terminal, mission control, and more. Some services are still off limits at the moment, but I'll get back to you on those later. Ever wish you could zip straight back to a place you visited? Well, that's why we have fast travel. It allows you to instantly return to significant landmarks as well as any Frontier nav sites that have data probes installed. Just access the map to use it. Okay. You're very welcome, Monica. And it was nice talking to you again. Do watch tomorrow night if you can, although it will be late night, so you may have to go to sleep early if you have classes the next day. I don't know how this is gonna go for you. Take care of yourself, Monica. Love ya. Take care. Missions, yeah. Blade reports. Okay, well, I'll save. Alright, that's gonna be it then. I'll be back tomorrow night after I get home from work. See you tomorrow then. Take care. Bye.